got my saw mill sled set up this morning. I need some 10 footers for the front wall. I guess that's the front wall of the generator shed. While I have this is the sawmill that I use for my first cut, the face cut. So I'm gonna do a quick face cut, and then while I have this in this mill, I think I'm gonna try to cut this log in half and see if I can turn. I don't know if I should use the mill to do it or freehand it. Maybe I should just freehand it. The straighter the cut, the better. So maybe I should use the sled and the mill. I'm gonna work that out in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and get this face cut done. That way, once I have it in the other mill, I can just come and rip. Hopefully, yeah, it looks like I'm only gonna get 2 out of it, but that's exactly what I need for the front over here. Do this face cut, then we're gonna move on. This is gonna be, I believe, a little interesting, cutting this log in half so I have 2 flat edges or 2 flat sides to create our door frame, and then on the inside it'll be round. I think that's gonna be cool. Unfortunately, this is kind of uphill here, so I'm gonna be pushing the saw uphill to do this face cut. Yeah, and then we'll work out how I'm gonna do the boards, because I don't think I want to cut the boards uphill, but I might do it anyway because it's very convenient that it's up off the ground. Oh, and I left my earplugs. I gotta go get my earplugs. But we're getting it in first thing. It's time to make some noise. Piece of siding. Oh yeah. All right. We got that face cut done. Now once I get the other mill put on the saw, we'll just be able to rip our two boards. Before that, I want to work on my door frame, door jamb, whatever you'd want to call it. I need it pretty heavy duty because I'd like to do double doors, kind of barn doors. See if we can work this out. Unfortunately, when I burnt my pile of leaves here, I kind of burnt my tree a little bit. This is the top of this tree that we're using for the generator shed here. Messed up the biggest part of this log, or the top of the tree, but we still have this whole length here. The whole top of it is definitely long enough. I think this will be awesome, just like these two trees here. That's the tree that's in the ground here that I use to support the roof. Then I'm using this one to support the wall. So that's the top of this tree, so they match. I think that's really cool. So this tree here I'm using to support the roof. I was thinking this one, the top of this tree, would be cool to actually cut in half to use as our door frame here. If I cut it as perfectly in half as possible, we'd have two flat sides to support our doors, and it'll be the same tree as that. I think that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I messed up the biggest part, which kind of had a curve to it anyway, so it is what it is. I think if I cut this right there, cut it off, cut that in half, I think that'll be perfect to support our doors. I was thinking to put the sawmill sled on top of it, adjust the saw, and cut it perfectly in half. If I do that, I mean, still, like it, say I adjust the mill to where this part is perfectly cut in half on the bottom, the top is skinnier, so it's still not gonna be perfect in the top. It's gonna be thinner on one side than the other, if that makes any sense. I'm thinking I should just freehand it. Now you just gotta raise it up off the ground. That stump should help. Yeah, now we just gotta, I need me a chalk line. I'm gonna cut this thing as nicely in half as possible, just freehanding. See what happens. But I think this is gonna make a nice door frame. It's gonna match the tree that we're using because this is the top of it. I really like that, using the same trees, you know. I just think it's unique, creative, and cool. little bit. I'm not sure if that's gonna work for my door or not. Definitely be some cool something on the build. I just don't know about the door. Majority of it looks straight. I think we can make it work. They are big and heavy duty, that's for sure. And pretty, which you're not going to see this side much. You'll see it a little bit. I got to think about this for a little bit. But those are some pretty halves. But they got just a little bit of bow to it. I don't think that's bad. I think we can definitely make it work. And these are way too long anyway. I'm gonna have to cut them. These are way too long. We actually have other pieces we could do something with once we trim them to the height we need it, the length that we need it. They are pretty.